Pete. I thought I already ripped you a new asshole once already. I guess you got that one all stitched up and you healed up from it. Yet you got some fucking amnesia and you forgot all about the stupid shit you said about the movie Predators. You gave that one a horrible fucking review. You bitched and moaned all about it. You completely, utterly just had everything fly over your fucking head. What is wrong with you, dude? Like I used to watch your channel a lot because I needed my movie news. I mean, you didn't always have the best opinions as far as movies were concerned, but you always had the news going. But I have an issue when you give shitty reviews. When you give reviews that are just so backwards ass. And pretty much at the end of the day, that's what you did with this movie. Now, granted, I think what happened with this movie, as far as a lot of people were concerned, is that it wasn't dumbed down. The ending itself pretty much proved that, hey, actually, you have to think as far as this movie is concerned. This is a movie you're probably going to have to watch twice, just so that way you can understand symbolically how everything is going. But even still, if you just paid attention during the movie, you can get and see metaphorically everything that was happening as far as her and her fantasies. I mean, shit, the scene where they're in the kitchen and it literally showed how everything was being broken down, how everything was being shown as a metaphor as what was going on in her head, and then as far as what was going on in the real world, or the real world you thought you were seeing, which in fact was actually her in her mind metaphorically seeing the world just to cope. We're talking about a person who was very, very damaged, and she created a complete fantasy. She created a complete fantasy world of what was around her, which was shit. Which in actuality is something that really happens with people when they go fucking crazy. To me, it wasn't the most original idea due to the fact that it was based on, I believe it was the second book of Alice in Wonderland when she goes back. And I mean, obviously the old guy is the White Rabbit. The fucking music, the music in the movie was off the chain. It was the shit. You had the Pixies, you had God, what was the name of that band? But the fact that they had that song White Rabbit, that song was the shit, and them going into her fantasy. And then the whole reason why they don't show the fucking dance is the fact that it's supposed to be where it's something as though you're going into her head. I mean, and plus, if they just showed her gyrating and shaking her ass and shit and moaning, it really wouldn't be much. It really wouldn't be that much of a fun movie. It would be more like a fucking mild porn. It'd be like a softcore porno, and anybody can make a movie like that. And it was the fact that he went that extra mile to try. The fact that he actually went that extra mile to make you think, and it seems as though you don't like to fucking think. And if you actually like a movie like Inception, you can't go and talk shit about a movie like this. Due to the fact that I knew a lot of people when it came to Inception, the only reason why they liked it was because everybody else fucking liked it. I literally knew people where they any other in any other circumstance, if this was like a movie that was a film festival type of movie that not everybody really knew about, they would have talked shit about it because of the fact that they had to think too much about it. And the same goes for Sucker Punch. The issue that I have with everyone bitching and well, not even everyone, but people bitching and moaning about the movie is that it seems like they're complaining about the fact that she was imagining all of it. And in the end, it just makes you think more. It makes you actually look in between the lines and try to see exactly what was going on. How could you compare everything that was happening in her head? And then the fact that you have to think about it was she was still always in the insane asylum. And if you can't even follow the fact that she really was in the insane asylum, if you just look when it cuts to her walking and it's like all of a sudden her father is a priest. I mean, if you didn't even catch that, like, hey, like that kind of looks different. I mean, any person would admit. I'm like, it just seems like you're the type of person that you went in wanting just action and guns and chicks and panty shots. You went in wanting to watch a fucking hentai fantasy, a live action hentai fantasy. That's it seems like that's what you wanted to see. The only thing you didn't fucking bitch and complain about not getting was seeing some fucking tentacle rape going on. It seems like that's the only thing you weren't bitching about. And if you think about it, it kind of it makes sense that she thought that the place was a fucking whorehouse because you have a guy in a mental institution who is selling the bodies of the fucked up in the head patients to different people in the ward. So everybody, the clients are different people that are just coming through or either work there that are fucking these girls, and the guy's getting paid for it. That's what's happening. It's if you can just shut the fuck up, sit down and pay attention to a fucking movie, then maybe you might get it. Pull your head out of your ass, man. This is the second time you have just given a shit fucking review. You don't even actually you just constantly say I don't get it. I don't get it. It didn't make sense. I don't get it. And then that's your justification for saying that a movie sucks. You are a shit movie reviewer. Stop. Stick to giving us news on movies because you fucking suck. If it's too complicated of a fucking movie for you to review, then don't fucking review it. It's just that simple, man. Anyways, I know a lot of people probably disagree with me. Say what the fuck you gotta say. Post what the fuck you gotta post. Spit kid, and I'm out. I enjoyed the fucking movie. Fuck y'all.